Hello, English 9 students. Mrs. Kirchhoff here. Let's take a look at section 4 of the story A Man Called Horse. This is called Horse's Married Life. Having improved his status so magnificently, he felt no need for hurry in getting away. Now that he had a woman, he had as good a chance to be rich as any man. Pretty Calf waited on him. She seldom ran off to play games with other young girls, but took pride in learning from her mother the many women's skills of tanning hides and making clothing and preparing food. He was no more a horse, but a kind of man, a half Indian, still poor and unskilled, but laden with honors, clinging to the buckskin fringes of Crow society. Escape could wait until he could manage it in comfort, with fit clothing and a good horse, with hunting weapons. Escape could wait until the camp moved near some trading post. He did not plan how he would get home. He dreamed of being there all at once and of telling stories nobody would believe. There was no hurry. Pretty Calf delighted in educating him. He began to understand tribal arrangements, customs, and why things were as they were. They were that way because they had always been so. His young wife giggled when she told him, in his ignorance, things she had always known. But she did not laugh when her brother's wife was taken by another warrior. She explained that solemnly with words and signs. Yellow Robe belonged to a society called the Big Dogs. The wife stealer, Cut Neck, belonged to the Foxes. They were fellow tribesmen. They hunted together and fought side by side, but men of one society could take away wives from the other society if they wished, subject to certain limitations. When Cutneck rode up to the teepee, laughing and singing, and called the Yellow Robe's wife, "Come out, come out." She did as ordered, looking smug as usual, meek, and entirely willing. Thereafter she rode beside him in ceremonial processions and carried his stick, while his other wife pretended not to care. "But why?" the white man demanded of his wife, his freedom. "Why did our brother let his woman go? He sits and smokes and does not speak." Pretty Calf was shocked at the suggestion. Her brother could not possibly reclaim his woman, she explained. He could not even let her come back if she wanted to, and she probably would want to when Cutneck tired of her. Yellow Robe could not even admit that his heart was sick. That was the way things were. Deviation meant dishonor. The woman could have hidden from Cutneck, she said. She could even have refused to go with him if she had been Baruoki, a really virtuous woman. But she had been his woman before, for a little while, on a berrying expedition, and he had a right to claim her. There was no sense in it, the white man insisted. He glared at his young wife. "If you go, I will bring you back," he promised. She laughed and buried her head against his shoulder. "I will not have to go," she said. "Horse is my first man. There is no hole in my moccasin." He stroked her hair and said, "Bawiraki," paragraph 82. With great daring, she murmured, "Hey ha." And when he did not answer, because he did not know what she meant, she drew away, hurt. A woman calls her man that if she thinks he will not leave her. Am I wrong? The white man held her closer and lied. Pretty Calf is not wrong. Horse will not leave her. Horse will not take another woman either. No, he certainly would not. Parting from this one was going to be harder than getting her had been. Hey ha, he murmured. Freedom. His conscience irked him, but not very much. Pretty Calf could not get another man easily enough when he was gone, and a better provider. His hunting skills were improving, but he was still awkward. There was no hurry about leaving. He was used to most of the Crow ways and could not stand the rest. He was becoming prosperous. He owned 5 horses. His place in the life of the tribe was secure, such as it was. 3 or 4 young women, including the one who belonged to Yellow Robe, made advances to him. Pretty Calf took pride in the fact that her man was so attractive. Paragraph 87. By the time he had what he needed for a secret journey, the grass grew yellow on the plains and the long cold was close. He was enslaved by the girl he called Freedom, and before the winter ended, by the knowledge that she was carrying his child. The Big Dog Society held a long ceremony in the spring. The white man strolled with his woman along the creek bank, thinking, "When I get home, I will tell them about the chants and the drumming. Sometime, sometime." Pretty Calf would not go to bed when they went back to the teepee. "Wait and find out about my brother," she urged. "Something may happen." So far as Horse could figure out, the big dogs were having some type of election. He pampered his wife by staying up with her by the fire. Even the old woman, who was a great one for getting sleep when she was not working, prowled around restlessly. 92. The white man was yawning by the time the noise of the ceremony died down. When Yellow Robe strode in, garish and heathen in his paint and feathers and furs, the women cried out. There was conversation, too fast for Horse to follow, and the old woman wailed once, but her son silenced her with a gruff command. When the white man went to sleep, he thought his wife was weeping beside him. The next morning she explained. He wears the bearskin belt. Now he can never retreat in battle. He will always be in danger. He will die. Maybe he wouldn't, the white man tried to convince her. Pretty Calf recalled that some few men had been honored by the bearskin belt, bowed to the highest daring, and had not died. If they lived through the summer, then they were free of it. My brother wants to die, she mourned. His heart is bitter. I hope you enjoyed section 4 of the story. Thanks for reading.